what? It's Tyrone. Aw, baby, again? We just made love 2 hours ago. God damn, girl. Alright, hold tight, girl. I'm on the way. I got no kicks on, straight up out the door, fresh ass fuck, smelling $1 million, turning heads in my best clothes. You see, shawty, I'ma go jihadi if I don't explode inside of a thick hose. Body tonight, I'm finna expose all of myself to a trademark sex pose and have her down on my knees. I seize her attention with these chocolate nuts, but no red rose. But I'm in the black, got my stacks, got my tracks, gonna lay you on your back, cause I'm a jacker in the sack, gonna slap you on your ass, see the stamp with this handprint. Girl, you can't fix a pretty fucking mean sandwich. I don't know what your man did, but he's a man, bitch. Girl, lock up the cats, let's go camping. You know, picture 10, you can bring the damn kids, cause they need a first-hand glimpse of what a man is. One that isn't afraid of getting laid, with a face looking like he just ate a gallon of mayonnaise. Bitch made who don't get paid and won't leave his game in man cave for days. Who you copy? Girl, you know that you got lucky. That dumb dummy you call a man ain't got nothing on me. So while he's nothing all over the Mandalorian, I'll be manhandling his whore again in Oregon. That's why she call me at night. Oh, hardly ever leave me alone though. Damn bro, she's so naughty, cause she want me to come almost constantly. She's so calm, hungry, she want it all from me. But I'ma take it to a whole nother level and work on your thighs and your toes and your navel. I'm the first man, make you pour honey on the table if you're able. I'll make the cooch gush like a first man tornado. So put on your halo, get down on your knees, give me worship fellatio. But really all I wanna do is lay low until your man come home, so I can just open the door and say, Mass, I just fucked your girl tonight, and came inside her. I just fucked your girl tonight, so step aside, yeah. Mass, I just fucked your girl tonight, I lit the fire. I just blew her fucking mind, cause I'm her one desire. I just fucked your girl tonight, and came inside her. Hey, Sos, just fucked your girl tonight, step aside, yeah.
Destiny beautiful.
Just fucked your girl tonight, and the fire. I just blew her fucking mind, cause I'm her one desire. I just fucked your girl tonight. I just fucked your girl tonight, came inside her. I just fucked your girl tonight, and the fire. Just came inside her, came inside her.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Monday, Marty, sabido fire. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Monday, Marty's going to jail to get raped by him the baby. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Monday, Marty's going to jail to get raped by him the baby.
Wow! Wow! Oh my god, you're streaming on a day that's not a weekend. What is this sorcery? Oh! Begone, demon. What have you done with the real bag? Everyone knows bag streams on weekends. Ugh. Ugh. Is the stream actually started? Yeah, there we go. Fucking stupid me doesn't know what if I'm streaming or not. Ugh. Well, if you're here from yesterday, which is probably no one, I said I would pick up back on the Dean call on Monday. Monday morning. Is it Monday morning? Yeah, it's Monday. Because I want to try to get as much of it done as possible. Because I want to finish it off before the year's over. But there's been so much fucking wrong with the shit he's been saying and all this other stuff. So that's why it's had to be like multiple streams just going through it. And you can't say I'm taking things out of context neither. You can't. How do you take things out of context if you're playing almost the entire call? How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do it? I don't know. I don't know. Does chat work? Can we see if chat's working? Blarg. Let's see. Does it work? Yeah, it works. Okay, fine. It's an unusual day to stream, to be honest. But it is what it is. Well, I was supposed to stream at about 10, 15, 10, 30. But I couldn't. I was busy looking for a clip and I couldn't find it. So, yeah, it didn't go over so well. Make sure my desktop audio's off so it doesn't make me fucking do that shit again.
Everyone who knows about Kyle...
Whoops. You don't need that one up, do we? Let me get our things back up I had. There we go. And we'll pick up close to where we left off. No, that's not it. Wrong one. Let me find it. Here we go. Let's kind of jump right into it, I guess. We're close to the hour mark. Close to it. And you have no idea what's going on. Yesterday, and going through it, Cammy got so loud her mom had to come in and scream at her. Tell her, hey, shut the fuck up, stop spurging out. Don't want you doing that. We don't want the neighbors hearing you. Because you're so... We don't want to hear your fucking tard rage. Nobody wants to hear it. They're gonna scream at us again. Scream at us for being too loud. But we're picking back up close to where we left off.
Well, the thing is as well, I'm friends with Kat. I'm not friends with you.
Yeah. You're not my friend neither.
Uh,
But you're picking a hill that you're going to die on, and it's not going to help you.
Give us a minute. I said, as in, like, I'm friends with fucking Kat on Discord, as in, like, friend listed. I can message him, and I don't share groups. Yeah, on my chest is fucking killing you.
You know, I didn't mention this yesterday, but I don't really understand why that really matters. Like, oh, I'm not friends with her. I'm just friends with her on Discord. Like, okay. Like, does that really matter all that much? Like, you're friends with her and you're batting for her. So it just doesn't make much sense, to be honest.
Ah, fuck. Like, I have Kat on my friends list, and I could talk to Kat whenever I fancy. Whereas I don't have you on my friends list. Well, technically you do now. But if I kept you on my friends list and there's beef between yous and all that, I could just be like, right, it's got beef again. Do you just want to talk it out?
Again, like my whole thing when I was talking about
the
this
thing
on
is,
your
like, if I
server-
have you added, if I have you added, that means I could just ask you rather than get someone to.
Okay, I'll keep you on my friends list.
I'd
Fine.
rather that rather than you going to bloody Twitter and posted something else.
In other words, don't come public like we did. Oh, that's always nice to hear. Don't go public with anything else that makes me look bad. Picking a bad hill to die on. It's a really bad hill.
At least being
The
a
video's
group
still coming out no
between me and
matter
so we don't have to get anyone else to do it.
The video's still coming out no matter what. And the video's main focus is Cat. So...
Wait, am I on the video?
My video's focus is on Cat. Yeah, I'm working on a video. That's why you're talking about
No,
streams,
am
I've
I
not
in the
been
video?
streaming. My video's
Am I
focus is
in the video?
on Cat.
I'm in the video.
Yeah, I talk about you. I talk about Ferret as well.
Did you get my good side?
Oh, I got the greatest side possible. You could hear G-Fish just awkwardly shuffling around. I said this in other streams. G-Fish had the script. At the time, he had the latest version of the script. It's probably the meanest script I've ever written for a video. Ever. It was mean basically to almost everybody. All four parties. So G-Fish is like, oh, I think he wanted to say it, but he also didn't want to start shit. So, you know.
You got the best side possible. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. You'll love it. You'll love what it is. G-Fish has seen it. I was dazed about sending it to him.
Pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say?
He said it was pretty fucking brutal. So,
Wait, about me? Or just like in general?
It was brutal. He has the original
It was
script.
brutal towards everyone, but yeah.
It was brutal to Nora. It was brutal to you, Kat, Ferret. But Ferret came in and apologized, so I was reworking that.
Wait, I'm not apologizing for shit because you're not going to apologize for shit. Unless you want to do
I
it.
don't imagine you would. And honestly, considering what Ferret sent to me, I don't care.
Mutual apology.
I'm not apologizing.
If we both agree to say sorry right now, will you say sorry?
Well, before we do that, I want you to read those journals about
Yes,
Kat.
we agree to the
apology.
apology.
I think we do have a bit of an apology thing, but when he kept basically trying to throw Ferret under and shit and screamed that G-Fish betrayed him, I was like, yeah, any apology I have, especially whenever Ferret got a message. Let me see. Let me find it. I'll put it on screen because I gotta. Why is this one cropped like that? Why is it cropped like that? Something wrong with it? That's weird. Oh, no, it's because the fucking picture's in the way. Oops. Hold on. Let me fix that. Let me move this up. There we go. I should just move the fucking thing down, though. That would make more sense. Where's the screenshots? I'll move them down in OBS. Just so I don't block anything again. Boomer Bag doesn't know how OBS works. Moving down. There we go. When I got hit with this, any semblance of, yeah, any fucking semblance of giving Tribat a chance or Dean a chance, like, nah. That was like the moment that just broke everything. Like, he does this to fucking everybody. And, yeah, he's going to do it. Yeah, he's going to do it to Nora in time. Because he does this to anybody. He's like a 30-year-old fucking retard. He'll do this to anyone. So, there we go. Shit, I hit the thing. Oh, sorry. The fucking thing moved. I was like, where is it? Where'd it go?
You read the apology, and I don't tell you to edit your thing out about me.
Maybe. Depends on where we go. If I did it with Ferret, and after
I'm
what
already
she
in
did,
between.
and she apologized.
I'm saying we're doing, well, what I'm saying is clean slate.
A clean slate.
I tried to offer you that with Kat, but you didn't want to take it.
Look,
we're doing
with Kat, I'm not taking it with Kat. I will not take it with Kat at all.
What I'm saying is,
I said this. I said this to Ferret too.
One of them want to apologize to each other first, so what about a mutual one?
He's very concerned about me talking about him in the video. I don't know how he's gonna feel about the streams. That's more. I've done more streams talking about this call and Dean himself than I have talked about Rogue and fucking not Ferret, fucking Cammy. So, and the reason why is because I want to go over this entire call, especially with some of the fucking dumb shit he says. And I don't accept his apology. Again, it was ruined with what he did after and the things that were basically said. It's like, yeah, fuck this guy. I'm not taking him back. Nobody on my server wants him back neither. So, there you go. And if you're watching the stream and you wonder why chat's dead, it's because I'm streaming on a day that most people are out working or they're doing other things. But it makes it easier because I don't have to focus on chat as much, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm fine with it. Because I get too distracted with chat, especially when I'm doing this call. I think that might be the real reason why it's taken so damn long to get through with the whole thing. I mean, the call is pretty long, but still. We'll apologize to each other later.
Say, okay, we'll agree that we'll apologize. Clean slate. Don't talk about it. No, fair. You gotta earn it.
And for me.
No, you gotta earn it.
You know what the funny part about all this is that once I thought that, you know, y'all could be friends again, and then you know who was the one that ruined it? That temporary truce we had. It was fucking Cat. It was Cat arguing with Bag.
Yeah.
Look, Cat's my friend. I'm not gonna ditch Cat over anything.
Cat is not your friend. I really wish you'd listen to me on this.
I don't ditch people unless I think they've done something serious.
She had these pictures.
I
She
ditched
shared them
you for
around.
certain reasons because I've deemed you as serious enough. Here's a song that was deemed in the past, and it's like, yes, what they did was wrong.
And okay. Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you like an honest question. Like, I'm a pretty forgiving person. Yeah, I know it probably seems weird to say, but I actually am. I was willing to forgive Ferret too, and I went at her hard whenever we first talked. But she was too defeated, and I felt bad because I have a conscience. I might be an asshole, but I'm not a fucking asshole. Okay. And I felt what she went through.
When it came to Ferret, like Ferret had me as well as like the thing going on in your country at the minute, affecting her more than it's affecting anyone else. Like mentally affecting her, rather than like, as I said, her state's fine. She doesn't have to worry about it. Like literally, you don't have to worry about it.
I mean, dude, she was in her hometown and people died. They got shot.
No, I meant the Roe versus Wade thing.
You know, I didn't mention this earlier because I thought he was gonna go. I try not to cut in too much, because it makes the call longer, and I have to keep doing more fucking streams, and I really don't want to because I want to get this wrapped up. So you can't say I'm taking things out of context. He's talking about how I have to earn the respect back or something. You know, he knew. I've said this before. He fucking knew the reason why Ruben was on the server in the first place. And JWB too. He knew. He knew outright. The reason why he was there was because Kex was lying about me and the nice things I was doing with him when I was really trying to help him. And he left me no choice. He was lying about me, so I went to people who he fucked over, or at least people say he fucked over. And that's why they came onto the server. Just because JWB posted the fucking journal. It was part 3 of the journals in the VC. Around the time we had wrapped the interview up, we were all tired and all this other shit. And that shit, that was enough to boil over. But really, it wasn't that. It was because I talked about Rogue. That's why it was. It wasn't about Ruben. I never defended Ruben. But Dean, being the fucking idiot he is, he will actually defend Cammy. Which is fucking insane. Because it happened in the past. A lot of things have happened in the past too. So, when you see shit like this, and you see the way that she throws other people under the bus and fucks them over, especially in hindsight, yeah, it doesn't really look so good for you. Really doesn't. Especially whenever they basically break your entire standard too. And even today, if I have the thing here, do I have it? Yeah, even today she's still doing like the same shit. Essentially, it's fucking just a reminder, because I mentioned this yesterday. I'll say it again too. If I have the clip, I'll find it. I tried to find it, but I couldn't get to it. But I have it somewhere. I'm gonna try to find it. But she said that I'm a pedophile, that I'm a groomer pedophile. Dean pushed this too because he's a fucking retard. They said that because Eva had feelings for me and she's 23 and I'm 20, I was 24, I'm 25 now. I'm a pedophile. So none of this makes any fucking sense at all. It makes no sense. It's fucking stupid. It's dumb as fuck. It's ridiculous. But he wanted to die on this hill, and it blew up in his dumb fucking face, basically. Yes, Malk, I see you in chat, by the way. You know, it kind of feels nice when chat's dead. Should probably stream on different days, but I want to get this stuff wrapped up. And that shit distracts me, so... I mean, yeah... I guess I get that. Like
DMs, and I was nice about that.
Like she follows, she follows politics, and she ends up miserable. That's why I don't follow the news. That's why I'm not up to date on this shit, because it's out of my control. I'm just gonna be miserable. That's about the only real advice I can give Ferret. But
that's what
it's
I'm
not really
saying.
good
That's why I
advice.
made the rule.
But
look,
look,
how else to fucking say it.
I mean, look, man. Whenever she's DMing you saying like she watched people like. Seeing people come home like bloodied and shit, like people that she knew got shot, and she's having to like print off their faces at the Staples she works at, and she was thinking about going to that event as well because she likes the events in her town. She told me she could have died if she went. She could have been shot.
Right?
Like, and you're trying to talk about someone getting stabbed. Like, it's bad. I'm not going to say... I don't know the context of them being stabbed.
Hang on, I'm not in the chat about
that. He doesn't remember. Well, I do, because she shared it with me. Move the other one out of the way. I don't need that one anymore. Checking. There was a shooting in my town today, like right by my house. I saw people walk away with blood on them. And there's a stabbing in my town. It was a mass shooting. My town equates to 23% of my region's violent crimes. It was supposed to be a parade today, my town. There you go. He doesn't give a shit, okay? Someone got stabbed. Probably for, like, criminal activity. A bunch of people who were minding their own business, having fun at a parade, got shot. So, there you go. I still can't get over that. 2 consenting adults equal pedo adult wanting kitty's victim. I know. I know, isn't that hard to get over? That's how fucking stupid these people are. I know, right? I'm just saying, man, it just seems like you have absolutely no empathy.
Stab was gonna call her a backstabber.
It just seems like you really just don't have any empathy, but only for yourself. And I like to believe that's not the case, honestly.
No. I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm looking in raw. I've got it open full. Right, so I'm going to start from when Ferret sent me the pictures. It was very creepy in every stereotype. There's the 2 pictures. Which? And then she says it's the same guy. And I was like, that's the same guy. And it said he joined a bunch of clubs. Left them really fast. He joined Yearbook. He left after we made him work, I think. And it said, so what made him do this? And he said, QAnon. And I said, Blair conspiracy nut. As in, he was a conspiracy nut. And then she said, his whole family believed it. To which I said, your country seems to have a huge issue with conspiracy nuts going so too far. Wait, how did he get a gun? And then I said, if that's the theory specifically, and I said, I thought your area was a no-gun area.
She claims, okay, I don't know how truthful.
Technically, you can get a gun here. You just have to.
Who went into sumo wrestling between Honey Boo Boo's mother and Cammy? I think Mama June would win. That's still awful. Ferret went through that. Shooting or stabbings are both awful, but like, damn. It's like one person got stabbed, and nobody really knows why, but we know why the shooting happened. So it's so fucked up. This is a 30-year-old guy. I know he has ADHD and all this other shit, but it's not really an excuse. I know I know fucking Cammy likes to say autism isn't an excuse, but he'll bat for fucking, God damn it. I lost my train of thought. Whatever. It's just batting for like someone getting stabbed, probably like criminal activity, or like 2 people shoving each other. Like, it's bad. Or maybe it was like a mugging. It could be possible. Like, that's pretty bad too. But these are just people who went out to go. He doesn't care. He just doesn't give a shit. He does not care one bit. So, there you go.
have a license. His dad abused it to give him a gun. I said, for fuck's sake, so blame parents yet again. Why are parents so, hey, my child's the best, they do no wrong, proceeds to do the worst shit possible. Then she said, do you see why I freaked out over the conspiracies? And I said, well, yeah and no. So I said, yeah, because it's crazy people could believe it, but not everyone is like that. And then she said, I don't want fish to go down that hole, and it scares the fuck out of me to see someone parrot that theory. I mean, is in reference to bloody G-fish, yeah? I mean, and I said, he won't.
Look,
and she said, I want to pull him out of the QAnon. And I said, he won't do anything stupid, trust me. She said, I just get concerned, not even political, it's just concerned. Then I said, not gonna lie, I didn't know QAnon existed till after the election. A Republican viewer of mine had to tell me it was some dumbass conspiracy thing. Started roughly around 2016, so at least know it's dumb.
Look, I'm gonna read off what Ferret just posted here.
Yeah, I'm gonna just notice as well, but I'll just leave it right now.
Look, some of your worries are just in your head, and I don't want you to realize some of the things you are afraid of will happen to you. There was a shooting in my town today, right by. Let me finish reading, okay?
Yeah,
right by my house, I saw people run away with blood on them, and there is a stabbing in my town. Like, dude, people, over 20 people got shot, and 6 died.
Like,
you're trying to compare someone getting stabbed to people being shot at a parade. They just went to a parade. The person who got stabbed, it could have been a mugging, it could have been just a dispute over something. Who knows?
Right, yeah, but keep in mind, if I have to scroll back up for that, hang on, let's have a look.
It just seems like you really just don't care. That's what it seems like, and it really doesn't look good.
Right, so if I skip that, let's have a look. Well, that says yesterday. Well, it wasn't yesterday, it was the 5th. Right, so. God damn, we had a big-ass talk. Yeah, alright, so. It equates to it was supposed to be a parade. Right, town, this region. Did it.
At least with knives, you can easily run away from them and counterattack the person holding a knife. With melee weapons, you don't have to dodge any projectiles. That's true. Unless they throw it. But, I mean, they only have, one shot. Throw it. They probably concealed it really well. I don't know. I think you conceal, most knives better than most pistols. But I mean, this was like a rifle, and these people were in a crowd full of loud people just having fun and shit, watching the parade. And someone whips out, I guess I don't know what weapon he used. I assume it'd probably be an AR-15 or something. I can't say exactly. Depends on where they stab. My bro got stabbed in his heart and died within seconds. So that sucks. I'm really sorry. Both situations are bad, but it's just a fact. Tribet ignored Ferret completely. Exactly. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna die next. Yeah, because I was saying that Ferret shouldn't be so concerned with not going outside, because I thought Ferret was gonna be taking this into account. I should not trust anyone again.
I mean, dude, when this stuff
I know happens, that, but fucking Ferret, I think that she shouldn't not trust anyone. And I said, then it was it must have been what, fucking midnight when it struck for me. Living in fear is not a way to live, and it's the most certainly not how I want you to live. That's what I said. I mean, when you go to the beach and go, damn, the waves look good, let's surf, rather than go, oh, I'm gonna stay on the beach, there's sharks out there.
I mean,
the way I was putting it was, I don't know if it was because I was getting lost in text, but the way I was putting it was, yeah, I know there's been a bad incident that's happened, but you can't think that you're next. Because if you think you're next, you're never going to go out. And
I just want to remind you, the shooting happened that day. This is what he's saying to comfort her. Oh, you shouldn't live in fear. Or something. For fuck's sake, I have my hand on my head here. This isn't something you say to comfort somebody. Oh, you're being paranoid. You need to go outside. Go back outside. Go out there. There's no... Oh, what happened? Lightning doesn't strike the same area twice. Go ahead. Like, dude, it would make sense if this happened like weeks ago and she's still been stuck in her house. But this is the day it happened. This is new. Granted, it's easier to close the gap with a gun. Shootings are scarier, no doubt. But, like, stabbings are still lethal. It's easy to stab someone than disarm them. Yeah. That's true. Like, again, I'm not saying that the stabbing's, like, good. But there's a bit of a difference. Multiple people died. The stabbing could have been over anything. The shooting was because some fucking psycho... Oh my god, you can't tell a survivor that like that to just go outside. I know, that's what I'm saying basically. I don't think she wanted to go to that parade. She told me she wanted to go out there cuz she likes the parades in her town cuz they're fun. And then this shit happens. Like, yeah, shooting can happen anywhere. Like a movie theater gets shot up, there was a Vegas shooting. I mean, there's shootings everywhere. Yes. I don't think people should live in fear of shit, but when it happens in your area and people you know or, you know, people who you might see on the street who live around those parts and wanted to do the same thing you wanted to do, go out and see the parade and have fun with friends, family, or just go out and enjoy the afternoon or evening whenever the shooting took place. And this is how you comfort her, just saying, oh, suck it up, buttercup. Like, no. Yeah, true. Lots of stabbings here in the UK usually gang fights. Yeah, it's like criminals hitting other criminals, essentially. Sometimes, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of muggings. I know. It's just a big difference, and he just doesn't give a shit. He just doesn't care.
Would you want Farrah to live a life like a hermit?
I wouldn't, but I mean,
that's what I was getting at.
Look, man,
that's what I meant by it.
Just listen to me. This just happened. It just happened the other day.
Yeah.
Like she's upset. She's shell shocked. She probably has like PTSD right now. Like,
yeah, and the thing I was trying to get at is that yeah, bad things happen, but don't think it's going to happen to you.
But I mean, it could have happened.
If you think a bad thing's going to happen to you, then you're never gonna leave the house. I don't want Farrah to be like, oh.
I think you're really taking this to like a really big extreme. Like, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Okay, I understand. I'm not playing stupid.
I didn't want Farrah to feel like she was gonna fucking stick it. Like, I didn't want Farrah to be like the feeling like if I step out this door, someone's gonna drive by.
I mean, look, man, I agree. I mean, it's not good to live your life in fear. But at the same time, like, this just happened. Like, she's going through grief. Like, it just happened.
Like, your mind wasn't... Didn't want her to be fucking scared.
I mean, yeah, if you came to me upset when we were still friends, I would...
I didn't want to say that. I didn't fucking go,
He offends me and I genuinely lost a family member to a stabbing. He's devaluing both situations, honestly. Yes, I know. I know. That's the fucking problem. This makes me sick at my stomach just hearing this. This is not normal. This is something like sociopaths that I've been around have said. He sounds just like it because, well, he is one, basically. So, there you go. It's so fucked up. So fucked up. Dude, I have to go through therapy after losing my stepbrother. I was scared of getting stabbed for reals. I'm really sorry about that. I really am sorry. Yeah. I mean, it leaves people fucked up. Especially, like, it can happen to friends. It's especially hurtful when it happens to family members. Especially ones that you grow up with for years. I'm really sorry that happened. I really am. I hope you're the best, Milk.
Like, I didn't want to like come across and be going, oh, well, there was a guy that got stabbed near mine. I wanted to be like, well, yeah, there's like people that get stabbed around mine as well, but I still go outside. Don't think about what you've done. Like, just because a bad incident's happened, don't take that as a way to say don't go outside.
But you're dumbing it down though. That's the problem though.
The reason why I
She's
dumbed it down
she's
was
not
the
like
one
she's
thing-
not gonna like live in fear, but she's upset right now.
Look,
Like
that's the
she's
problem. She is living in fear.
look. She'll move on. Like grief will take its course, and she'll hit acceptance eventually.
Look,
I
the
mean,
thing is,
you have,
well,
and you also have to remember,
The thing is, that conversation kept going on for a while.
it
They even
just
said,
happened
like,
though.
they even like said, well, why don't you buy like these like rape alarm? I was like, buy this. This
It
is like
happened-
literally like,
Try bet. It happened 4 days ago. This is still pretty new.
Dude, yeah,
And
I
he
know
was
it's
still at
new.
large,
All I
too.
was saying was, it's like, she shouldn't live in fucking fear of it.
It just happened. It was 4 days ago. The dude was still at large. And she was thinking about going to that event and having fun because she likes those events.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying she should live her life in fear and just be a hermit forever. That's not what should be said. It's like it just seems like you don't really care. He doesn't. He doesn't care one bit. Oh my god. I know, right? Just suck it up, Buttercup. Walk it off. That I guess I forgot to mention that too. Dude was still at large. He escaped, and they didn't know where the fuck he was at. So that was another important detail. I think he was at large for almost a day or less than that. Ferret knows, but I don't think she's here to see it or tell us. So I can't say much about that. It has been a while since this call took place too, by the way. But it just gives you a taste. Yeah, the dude was still large. Still large, still out there, still armed. So yeah, it's gonna be really unsettling. It was very close to where she lived. Like it could have happened. He could have just I got here and I just heard enough. I know, right? This is fucking hard to swallow, isn't it? You understand what I'm saying here?
It's because it came across differently in fucking text.
I mean, maybe, but
Look, if I did it in voice chat, it would have came across different because lots lost in bloody text. The thing is, well, she sent you a soul segment, and the bit that I told you was the very end of the conversation. There was a lot in between that.
I mean, you're talking
Like, she
about
sent you a soul segment.
like you're
Like,
spinning
I could say, like,
you're spinning it away from you're spinning it away for something that happened to like one person, while this happened to like 20 different people and they had no control over it.
When she was bringing it up, was that conversation went on for a while, and because that conversation went on a while, we talked about many other things and like things to get her mind off it and stuff like that.
I mean, why
things
can
to get her prepare herself. She
Like-
even mentioned at one point that she was thinking about talking about some lass that she used to. It was like, yeah, you should totally do that.
why can't you just let her vent? Why can't you just like she sees you as a friend and she goes to you whenever she's upset?
So do that event.
I don't see you really doing it.
No, this
Like,
is the one.
like,
one-
you let-
one
you
one
let
of the few
her-
times we didn't let her vent, but like
Like she's
even
still
then, that's still let her vent to a degree.
like you're not just gonna get over it in like a single day.
Well,
Like when you dude, when you see somebody like bleeding because they got shot and walking down the street, blood all over them, and some of that blood might not even just be theirs. It could be somebody else's. That shit fucking sticks with you. That shit you don't want to see. I've seen it. I will be seeing it at my job too. Like I don't understand why you think she should be over it in just like less than that shit
yeah,
sticks
well, the
with
thing
you.
with her was don't let it get the better of you, because if you let it get the better of you, then you'll never leave the house again.
Just
I don't want that to happen to her.
just the lack of giving a shit is very adamant. Now I mentioned my job, like the job I was going into at the time. I dropped out of it, and I don't it was a surgical tech job, but I dropped out because I could not deal with the stress of that job. You're working, I'll kind of explain a little bit. You're working in an operating table with a doctor, with a patient on the table. My dad used to be a surgical tech. He has quit doing it. And he's seen some fucked up shit that even at a young age of like 18 or 19, when I was, not when I was, like, I don't want to explain the stories or anything because they make me upset. They make me very upset because this is shit I was having to prepare for my job, for going into that field, and I couldn't do it. Because that shit, even though you'd make good money or something, and yeah, that's part of the job. It is part of the job that you can't save everybody. But the mental stress is immense. Like, that shit that you can't unsee. Like, you can watch, like, movies of people dying on tables or just dying in movies, period, and it's like, whatever, it's fantasy. But when you're seeing it and it's a real person, it fucks with you immensely. You can't unsee it. I've seen it multiple times. And I don't want to explain how either. I have before, I don't want to. Because that fucked up. But this guy's not seen shit. Because if he truly had any real compassion at all, he wouldn't be saying the shit he's saying now. He just comes off as a pure sociopath. And just to add further, around the time that the Ukraine war had started and everybody was very concerned about it, in like 1 day, he was already telling people to stop talking about it and get over it and shut up. I swear to God. And everybody got fucking mad at him too. He does not care. He's a fucking sociopath. It really upsets me too. I can't get over that shit. I can't.
She already said that she has problems leaving the house. I took that as enough to say Ferret doesn't like leaving the house, and she was trying to get back out there, and this incident just happened.
Look, if
in fact, really, Ferret might not leave the house again because of it.
It comes off as you just not giving a shit. That's what it comes off on.
Text, yes. If it's going through fucking voice, so it came across different. You lose a lot of expression through text.
Chad, can I ask, for the 3 or 4 people, how many people watching the stream? Let me see. 4 people. You know what? Here, let's have a bit of a poll. We'll take a short break because this is kind of fucking annoying, isn't it? Let's have a poll. Do you think Dean would sound different in voice and be more let's see, there we go. Let's get a sweep of the room for the people who are here who are listening to this. We'll take a short break, right? Take a short break because I think we do. Thing Tribat has, yeah. I have a poll up. Let me write down the time real quick because I'm gonna lose it when we get back. We're about to hit the hour mark, so we're close to the home stretch. A little bit. Might be one more stream or something if we don't make it. I want to try to make it as far as possible, but I also have work tonight, so it's a bit of a thing. Okay, I have the time written down. I have to piss anyway. I'll put on some more MC Jarbo. Play something nice. Play something fun. Just let me make sure I stop that. There we go. Ugh. I'll let the poll go and we'll check it out when we get back. A few minutes. Let me get my text on. I need to get the text on too. Where is it? Where is it? Where the hell's my text at? Oh, here we go. OBS crash? Okay, I thought OBS crashed for a second. I guess not. Okay. We'll be back in a few minutes. Let me get some music on. Oh shit, I lost my thing here. Sorry. I don't mean to lose everything right now, but I am, because I'm a fucking idiot. Put some music. Everybody loves MC Jarbo, don't they? I do. Alright, back in a few minutes.
mic check. Oh, hey. Alright, I'm your host, Ethan Ralph, the Gunt, the one and only motherfucking diabetic Richmond pimp. I've been looking for a bitch that doesn't want a big package. I'm at a pretty big disadvantage. Should've just raped this dumb bitch in an alley instead. I fucking imported this bitch from Cali. Let's be honest, who the fuck else would have me? Motherfuckers gotta be deaf and blind. Someone that's never been happy or beat out of their mind. I'm talking mentally damaged, carrying around 300 pounds of her dad's baggage. No average bitch, motherfuck marriage. I'll only have kids with a trashy white fat bitch that'll eat fucking give birth on the same mattress. Where my dear mom and dad didn't remember what the therapist man said. Suppress the sadness. Don't be scared. It's that fucking misogynist. But even a bitch that's sick of dicks can hop on the gun. Quick and sit on my transgender clitoris. Point the other way. Let me sniff that ass so I can see the disappointment on your mother's face. When she sees that I didn't put on a rubber. Hey, now she's got a couple retarded grandkids on the way. Can't believe she would willfully get this fucker laid. What's wrong with our goddamn junkie daughter's brain? Damn, I wish there was another way to explain. I just don't want this bitch to run away. I'm gonna be the world's best dad. Kinda like the fucking dad I never had. Son, you're gonna be butt fucking ugly in fact. I know for a fact, cause I'm the world's best dad. I'm gonna be the world's best dad. Like a fucking million times better than Matt. You're gonna learn to be a false flag, a fag like me. Cause I'm the world's best dad. Doc said it was fetal alcohol syndrome. All I did was feed her alcohol. No more thumb in the butt when I murdered the slut. Dumb bitch. Too damn weak to be a wife beater though. So I'll just leave her at home. Looking after the Greta Thunberg clone that fell the fuck out of her hole. Damn son, from the second I saw you, I knew you ain't gonna have no more than one digit like you. That's 2 digits more than your fucking dad. Dude, motherfucker about to flip. I'm so mad at you. Just shut up, kid, you'll be fine. Maybe you live long enough to see your mom commit suicide. God damn it, Faith, you're not going anywhere, god damn it. I'm fucking serious, bitch. Get your ass in the basement. Get your ass naked. Say it, you filthy shekel whore. Say it. I'm gonna be the world's best dad. Kinda like the fucking dad I never had. Son, you're gonna be butt fucking ugly in fact. I know for a fact, cause I'm the world's best dad. I'm gonna be the world's best dad. Like a fucking million times better than Matt. You're gonna learn to be a false flag, a fag like me. Cause I'm the world's best dad.
Hello?
Matt, what's going on, baby?
Who's this?
This is Ethan Ralph, man. What's going on? I just figured I'd drop you a line here, see how things are going.
Oh boy, you know you fucked up bad, bitch. When Bait Alaska's playing the gun and the gun's like, nigger, cut that crap quick. And I'm thinking to myself, as I talk to my kids, how can a faggot so fat have such thin skin? How can a guy who can't get my ass out of his head blow smoke out of his asshole like fucking tobacco? You got the nerve to call me a fat joke when bitch you need a fucking backhoe to get out of bed.
I'm gonna be the world's best dad. Kinda like the fucking dad I never had. Son, you're gonna be butt fucking ugly in fact. I know for a fact, cause I'm the world's best dad. I'm gonna be the world's best dad. Like a fucking million times better than Matt. You're gonna learn to be a false flag, a fag like me. Cause I'm the world's best dad.
You fucking faggot.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, I had to take I had to piss in pure disgust. I had to take a piss in pure disgust. Probably the most needed piss I'd need. Just pretending that when I'm pissing in the toilet, I'm just pissing on Dean's face. So to see the vote, do you think Dean would sound different in voice and be more caring and understanding? 75% said no. To the shock of nobody. To the shock of nobody at all. I agree. I don't know who the hell voted yes, but maybe Dean's entered the call too. Who knows? Maybe Dean's here and he's not saying anything. Who knows? Who knows? Not that it really matters to begin with. Okay. Getting back to where we left off. At least close enough. 231, just about. Yeah, a little bit farther back. There. We'll continue. Saying it's an excuse for her to be a hermit, but at least be more compassionate,
I'm not saying
dude.
it's an excuse for him. What I'm saying is you're saying Chevette. So do let her vent.
Like, you're not just gonna get over it in like a single day.
Well,
Like, when you, like, dude, when you see somebody like bleeding because they got shot and walking down the street, blood all over them, and some of that blood probably might not even just be theirs. It could be somebody else's. That shit fucking sticks with you. That shit you don't want to see. I've seen it. I will be seeing it at my job too. Like, I don't understand why you think she should be over it in just like less than that. Shit sticks with
you. The thing fair was, don't let it get the better of you, because if you let it get the better of you, then you'll never leave the house again.
Just,
I don't want that to happen to her. She already said that she has problems leaving the house. I took that as a knock to say Ferret doesn't like leaving the house, and she was trying to get back out there, and this incident just happened.
look, if you
Like,
really,
Ferret might not leave the house again because of it.
it comes off as you just not giving a shit. That's what it comes off on.
Text, yes. If it's going through fucking voice, so it came across different.
I mean,
You lose a lot of expression through text.
it's kind of like you're doing it right now too, if I'm being honest. Like,
Right now.
like, dude, you should just let her vent. I mean, if she has to vent like multiple times, like, again, this isn't something she's just gonna be over with in like a day and everything's gonna be okay. No.
Dude,
Especially when you compound that she has autism and ADHD. She has mental problems. Like, this shit's gonna stick with her longer and be more severe for her. I'm not saying I'm not.
Yes, I let her vent all the fucking time, but also the time that there's like also a breaking point for me.
I'm not saying it's an excuse for her to be a hermit, but at least be more compassionate,
I'm not saying it's an excuse for her. What I'm saying is just saying she vents. She vents quite a lot to me. And the thing is, whenever she does vent, I'll usually let her just keep venting. But the thing is, there is a breaking point. You can't just vent all the time.
I mean, yeah, I get that.
Sometimes
I mean, there are
you
times.
need to take your mind off it. Maybe look at what I was trying to do was get her mind off something.
Then I don't know, man. Then just let her vent as much as she needs, or if she,
dude,
or
what
just,
I was doing,
or just have. Yeah, Ferret's told me before how it went actually venting to them. They basically tell her the same shit. Both Kami and Dean both. Now, to be fair, Ferret does vent a lot about some stuff. So, I get it. There's a point where you have to say, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, people vent to me about stuff, and it can be pretty draining, to be fair. But for something this serious, and just seeing the way that he blows her off like this is just fucking awful. My comfort outweighs your emotional trauma. Get over it. Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what he's saying. It is true that you can't let trauma control your life, but like, there's a time and place to make the suggestion. Ferret needed time to process before progression. Yes, that's what I'm saying basically. So, there you go. Have like a private call with her away, or just say, hey, just take a breather or whatever.
Look,
that's all. That's literally all you have to do.
Look, I let her vent all the goddamn time. Sometimes she comes into the chat. Sometimes she comes in when I'm streaming and just vents straight away. That's the problem. The problem is that when she vents, and it's like there's like 5 other people in the group sometimes. Like she knows that people are trying to. I did try to take a breather. Well, the reason why you like ditched her like for 3 days is you said it was over the Roe versus Wade. Is that how you say it, by the word? Wait, Roe versus Wade.
I mean, that shit really bothers her. Look, I'm gonna throw out a suggestion. Why don't you just have a different? Why don't you have like a different voice chat? I don't know how your server does it now, but I'd say why not?
I've got like different rooms, but the thing is that like even then, like Ferret was just, what do you call it? Ferret was just joining groups and just like, even when there was like a couple of people in there would talk, we're doing meme streams or we're having a laugh or something like that. Ferret would come in and just start venting. And it was like, look, if Ferret looks to me as the person to vent to.
That's because she saw you as a friend. I want to add this too on my server. Again, this ties back to the Ukraine stuff. It was around February, whenever this shit was going. Maybe it was a little bit before February. It's whenever Ukraine started getting hit by bombs, essentially, when the war really started. I was in a voice call with, at the time, Cammy was there. It was Eva, Ferret. I don't know if G-Fish was there. He might not have been. They were upset, and they were talking about how they felt and shit. And Dean hops right in, and he tells everybody to shut the fuck up. He told everybody shut the fuck up and don't listen or whatever. We were having, people were talking about how they felt and how they were worried. Rightfully so. I remember the night when it happened. G-Fish he sent me stuff while I was at work, because I work graveyard, because we're both on the East Coast, and he sent me like this thing at like 1 or 2 in the morning, if I remember correctly. I went to the bathroom and I saw it on my phone, and he was upset, and he was very worried. He was very worried about what was going on, because he likes Hotline Miami too, and the first he likes those games. And he sent me the song that was the song that they play at the end of the game when everybody dies in the nuclear attack at the end. And I let him vent to me while I was at work. I've joined voice calls even recently while I'm at work for people who are venting about their own stuff. I will take time out of my day for people I give a shit about, so they can, vent, because it's good to get something off your chest. I can understand if someone's like venting to you all the time. Ferret does vent a lot too, but she's not been doing it as much. One thing that really actually helps is letting people vent a little bit and then try to cheer them up with like humor. Because that helps stuff. Dude, it is scary stuff. I know it is. But Dean doesn't fucking give a shit. He's... What's the word? I don't want to say content. That's the word I'm thinking of. But he just doesn't give a shit. Outright. So, there you go.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Then just vent to me. Just me. Don't, vent with anyone else around, because...
But I mean, dude, whenever
I'm
she
fine
vents to you,
I'm fine if you, tell me your problems. But I'm not fine if you tell me your problems and everyone else has to do it as well.
But I mean, whenever she does vent to you like this, I mean, you just kind of play it off.
No, I'm not playing it off.
It does. I'm telling you, right now, it really does. I wish you could see it.
No.
It does. These are DMs. Even in voice, you don't really let people finish neither.
Neither do you.
Okay, but I'm not. You were supposed to be your friend.
I am a friend.
She wasn't my friend before. Even now she'll come in and vent to me about stuff, and I let her.
Well, the thing is, as well, I live in England, dude. Okay. Sometimes I go on the bed and I'm still talking at 4 o'clock in the morning on work days.
Okay.
I should be asleep for work because I got to get up early for it. But I still talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm taking into account that I'm making it harder for me to wake up and all that. But I'm doing it for her. No, I don't want to tell you. And it's not a thing where it's I shouldn't have to tell you. It's if you got something to get off your chest, you can at least tell us put 1 to 1. You should.
And how did that go? It didn't go so well. Because this happens. So, there you go. That's just one of many examples, and my own examples too. He doesn't give a shit. Okay, he lives in a different part of the world. He's got a different time zone. It's 3 or 4 in the morning. Okay, yeah. I get it. Okay, I do. Why don't you just tell her to talk to you at a different time? But why don't you just say, hey, why don't you go to G-Fish and vent to him? Because he's close to the time zone you're in, so he would be more awake. I have to work. We can talk later. I think she'd understand that better than just by blowing her off completely. I don't know. Seems like a better option.
Have to rely on the sleep kind of weird. That sounds bloody practical. That sounds really mean.
I mean, it just comes off.
The thing is, Thing is, like, if you're gonna talk to us and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't fucking mind. But at the same time, I am up till 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, hang on. Some of these chats taking place.
Like,
These chats, hang on.
I mean,
Well, hang on. Give us a minute. Give us a minute. Fucking, oh, good strikers. I don't have you as a friend. I got a fucking messenger. Scroll up. Alright. Scroll past the argument. Got a camera. Alright. What was it? The 5th. Alright. 5th, the 5th, the 5th, the 5th, the 5th. Damn it. Where's the picture out? I can use the picture. Okay, so that was it's not telling us. Yeah, so when we're talking about the rail alarm, was like past midnight. When we stopped talking was right. The picture was sent at like 1:30 in the morning. Right.
I'm at a loss
Okay, why is that one not telling us?
during this call. Shit.
Hey, that one
I'm
not
being
telling us
honest.
the time. Oh, it's because the pictures are weird. So yeah,
I'm just
it was like
blown away.
3 o'clock in the morning when we finished.
They're just completely blown away by.
I'm just telling you, man. It just comes off as you just don't care.
But I'm staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning talking about it.
I mean, whenever you're like trying to compare some other shit that happened,
like,
I don't know.
dude, if it was
I don't
like
know
3 o'clock
why.
in the morning,
I
dude,
don't really know. I don't know why you're doing that.
That's one instance, or she's talking to us all the time at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not telling her I need to go to sleep.
I know she'll talk to me late in the evening too.
Which one sounds like I don't care about her?
Does it sound like he cares about her now? Does it look like he cares about her at all? At all. He never did. He never cared one bit. Never fucking cared one bit at all. It's ridiculous. It's totally fucking ridiculous. I mean,
which one would you rather have did? Because if we're going to listen to her, because of my times and all, even though I say I will listen to her, it goes on to like 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. I do need to sleep for it, but at the same time, I will listen to her.
It just doesn't come off as you really do. I'm saying what I'm seeing.
At that time in the morning, then what's the point of me staying up then?
I mean,
I didn't care. I would blank her and then go to sleep.
It just doesn't come off as being very genuine. That's just what I'm saying. Chad, I want to ask you a question. If something happened to you and you needed to talk to somebody, it was really late for someone else, or there was something going on, and they had to tell you, hey, I'm sorry what you're going through, but I really can't talk right now because I have to do something else in the morning. Can we talk on a different time? Would that upset you? Would that upset you a lot? Or if they said, hey, listen, I can't do this right now. I'm sorry. Why don't you try talking to somebody else for a while? Because I really can't. I can't talk right now because I got other shit to do that I have to worry about. Would that hurt your feelings? Would that make you hate somebody for doing that? Would it? I'm asking you to. I don't want to do a poll. I just want to ask, chat just on the fly as we're going through this.
How does it sound like I'm not being genuine if I'm staying up God knows how long in the morning just to talk to her?
I mean, I can see it here.
How?
Here, she's talking about mass shooting right in front of my house. People died, and then you're saying, oh, there was a stabbing in my thing. It was a mass shooting. My town equates to 23% of my region's violent crimes. It was supposed to be parade today. My town. It just looks like you're...
Yeah, you're reading the very start of it. Would you like the entire conversation?
She shared with me the rest of it, yeah. Go ahead,
share the rest of it. Want to share that one bit.
Share with me the rest of it then.
Okay, fine. I'll send you it rather than bits. I'll send you it in whole.
Okay. Fine. Just from what I'm seeing here, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, from the one fucking thing.
And I mean, compounding that in with like, she was afraid about you like screaming at her and yelling at her about shit.
Well, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna be in bed, aren't I?
Then just tell her I need to go to sleep. We'll talk later.
Well, no, because if she's venting to us, what am I else? I can't fucking tell her that because that means she's got to wait till I've got to finish work and then come home. That'll be a full day.
Okay, then just tell her that. I mean, she could also feel better after a day, or you could just tell, like I said earlier, you could just tell somebody, "Hey, why don't you talk to G-Fish?" Like he could have, if he was really as good of a friend as he thinks he is, he could have just said, "Hey, why don't you just go talk to G-Fish?" Because G-Fish is awake and closer to the same time zone, so she could vent to somebody else, and maybe she would feel a little bit better, and maybe talk to you about it later. It would help her a lot. Nope, not really. Tons of people asked me to talk to him at a different time when I was venting. No, not at all. Yeah, it's the same here too, by the way. So that's me, and that's 2 other people. I don't know anybody else who's listening to this or heard me say that, but yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So, and plus, if you give her some time, like just by herself, she could work it out a little bit more to herself. Sometimes you just need to be left alone. Not all the time, but sometimes you just need to be in your own thoughts, and you got to process some of it yourself. It doesn't always work every time, but it can help a little bit. So, yeah.
That's a full day for her. That's 4 hours for me. What sounds better? Just taking the 4 hours or waiting a whole day? Just take the 4 hours.
If she wanted to, she could vent to people like Fish, or she could have done it with me, which she has been doing.
She wasn't friends with you at that time.
Yeah, she wasn't my friend.
But at that time, she was just talking to me, and I was just taking it. Because I said she could.
You know, one of the biggest things she vented to me about was how fucking awful Dean and Cammy were. Just how fucking awful they were. Cammy would pick on Ferret a lot. Cammy likes to throw shit at people, but she cannot handle it when you throw it back. And then Dean would get all fucking angry and mad, British mad, and chew her the fuck out for making Cammy feel bad. And then Ferret would come to me and vent about it on my server. So one of Ferret's biggest vents was how big of an asshole Dean and Cammy were. So it's kind of funny. And I let her vent to me about it because they really showed their ass at the time. And then later on they fucking gaslit her and lied to her. And they tried to turn her against me, and it kind of worked for a while until the night before we had this talk, before I confronted Cammy and Dean. So, yeah, I can understand why she'd fucking vent to me about these 2 fucking idiots. I was compassionate, understanding too. But, he still wanted to fuck me over some way. It just doesn't come off as genuine. Like, I get it. You have to sleep and all this other stuff. Like, fine, I get it. But I mean, like just from this alone, it really doesn't look like you care much. That's just what I'm saying.
I don't even know how you're saying it doesn't sound like I care.
Just, look at what she said to her, man. She's over here talking about like over 20 people shot.
But also,
you're spending it talking about someone getting stabbed.
Dude, the amount of time she talks to us at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're taking this one incident and saying it doesn't sound like you care about her, and then you're going, wait, but you're staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. How often does she vent to you? She vents to us quite often.
She's been venting to me pretty often too.
Well, take that into account. How many times do you think I'll be staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning till? Take that into account. You're taking this one incident, but if she vents to you, if she's venting to you quite often, I mean, she was venting to me quite often as well.
I mean, the thing is, whenever she vents, she's venting about things that either happened to her that are very significant, or it's shit that Cammy and Dean did. That's why she vents to. That's why she vented to me a lot. Because she can't fucking stand either of these two. She always hated Cammy. She never liked Cammy at all, and she didn't like Dean neither. But she still saw them as friends, and they gaslit her. Oh, hey, Rich. They gaslit her into basically hating me for a while. They did whatever they could to fuck me over. And again, a lot of the root of this wasn't about Ruben. It was about Rogue. And Rogue's a dog murderer. So take that as you will. Take that as you will.
All of those times would have been out until the God knows how long in the morning. Meaning, I was doing this probably a bit it was like way less beneficial for me than it was for you. It's like putting me, like, making it difficult for me when I was waking up in the morning. But, like, at the same time...
I mean, why didn't you just tell her
I
this?
was doing this for Ferret, and you're saying, oh, it didn't sound like you cared. Yeah,
I mean,
that one incident you're trying to say I didn't care about. What about every other single incident? Are we going to forget about them?
I mean, she has shared with me the rest of the stuff, and it doesn't come off as much better neither. Like, if this was like an isolated incident... If this was an isolated incident, I think, okay, that's kind of shitty.
Let's look at what Ferret said then. It's like, I was not talking, and then this is when she started then with bringing up the times of what we're talking. And then tell me, and then fuck, I didn't know. Does that mean she didn't know what time she was telling us these things in the morning?
Why didn't you just say something about it earlier if that was big of a hindrance to you?
Because she's venting.
Then just say it to her just politely, like, hey, we're in different time zones, and I have to go to sleep.
That still sounds bad. You can't do that.
No, it doesn't. I know I'm cutting it off, but I can't stand that neither. Because we've been hanging on this for the last one. That makes me sick in my stomach just listening to it. Does it make it sick? Does it make you sick at your stomach too, chat? Because it does with me. Just hearing this shit. It really does. It's not sounding bad. You're not being passive aggressive, you're being like assertive.
Look.
That's not I'm pretty sure Ferret would understand.
Look, the way it looks to me is if I tell her, can you tell me another time, it feels more like I'm going, can you go away?
Just explain it better.
I'm telling her to go away.
Just explain it better.
No, it doesn't matter how I explain it. It would still come across as if I was telling someone to just go away. Because then they have all these problems that they need to get off their chest. And they came to me to get it off their chest. It's like, well, what are they going to do? They're going to go to someone else? They're going to feel guilty for
They could try. I mean, if she's definitely not going to go to Cat. She could go to Fish. Because Fish is a pretty patient dude. You know.
Yeah, I know, but like the conversation was having like with Fish, like the QAnon and the shooter stuff and all. I was like, she was worried about Fish, talking about Fish about this would have just like probably would have made it a bit worse.
Not exactly. I mean, talking about like this shit, I like Fish. I don't see Fish ever doing something like this. Fish does have some emotion problems sometimes, but him doing something like this, just no. My fucking head. Does your head hurt, chat, from listening to this? It hurts mine. I don't. Fish.
It would have.
Okay, Fish. Can you mute for a second?
Yeah.
Can you? If Ferret came to you and she was upset about what happened, how would you handle it?
Well, I mean, we already talk to each other whenever she's having a bad day, so I mean, pretty well, I guess.
And you let her, vent to you when she's upset, right?
Yes.
You don't demonize her. You don't like smart off to her.
Of course
no,
not.
She's my friend. That he was smart off to her.
You don't
I'm saying
deflect.
that she would bring up QAnon and school shooter stuff, and then say that she's worried Fish will do it. If she's saying that she's worried about it to me, why would she go to G-Fish and bring it up? She said it's a genuine concern.
I don't think G-Fish would take that as like inspiration.
But
That's
at the same
fucked
time,
up.
but G-Fish not taking it serious would just make Ferret feel worse about it.
I don't. I really don't. I really don't think so. Okay.
Considering she said she's concerned, and if he doesn't take it serious, she said she wants him to get out of the QAnon. I didn't even know he was in a QAnon. I mean, is he? Are you in a QAnon?
No. These are just memes, bro.
I mean, she was
Well,
concerned.
there
like,
you go. Ferret didn't know that. Ferret said she wanted you to get out of it. To wear the way Ferret put it to me, you were in them things.
G-Fish does talk a little bit about conspiracy theory. To be fair, but I think it is just memes. So that's the thing. That's the thing that's kind of missing from this a little bit as well. Ferret does have autism too, so she probably took this as like if you see a lot of people making like all these kinds of jokes, you're kind of gonna start to assume there's something more. Like there's only so many times you can make like a Jew joke to the point where it's like, does this dude actually believe this shit? He doesn't. It's just memes, so it's whatever. Owen, welcome back, Milk. You had to leave. You had to leave for a second because it's hard to process Dean. I know. Why do you? I want to get these streams done because I don't want to see people saying if I clipped it down and be like, "Oh, you're taking me out of context, you're taking me out of context, trying to fuck me over." It's like, no. How am I taking you out of context now if I'm playing the whole thing? Like, I mean, I get concerned about people too.
You were saying that, I was concerned.
I mean, yeah, I get concerned about things too.
No, Ferret was concerned about G-Fish with the QAnon thing. Do you think Ferret would bring that up with G-Fish, and if G-Fish was nonchalantly, bloody, like, I wouldn't take it seriously, she would be more concerned about it, because Ferret would take it as if he was, like, Ferret's, yeah, so probably, like, even say that I'm wrong, or if she's like, confirm what I'm saying, but, like, if he did say that to her, and he just, like, she said that to him, and then he came and said, oh, yeah, it's not serious, she's concerned. If he didn't take him serious, she's only going to get more concerned.
Well, you did love your last brain cell before it went lost. So it's like poetry. If you love something so much you need to let it go. I don't fucking know the expression. I don't know shit. I'm American. I'm fucking stupid. I'm just fucking stupid, Your Honor. I don't know shit. I mean,
because the way she's looking at it is the QAnon thing was the problem, because the way she's seeing it is this guy was into it, and that was one of the causes. And if G-Fish is into it, it might influence him.
Yeah. I guess
if he's not taking it seriously, Ferret might think that might take it as a more of a concern.
I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a red flag, yeah, but
that's what I was trying to say when it came to G-Fish. No, he's not like that. No, he's not like that. No, he's not like that.
But I mean,
G-Fish is not like that.
I want
Ferret to accept that G-Fish isn't like that.
I mean, yeah, I'm not throwing G-Fish underneath it. Like, he's DM'ing me things that do concern me.
All I'm saying is that, like, freaking Ferret was, like, just really concerned about, and I was just saying, he isn't like this. And Ferret saying, everyone said it about that kid, but I was concerned. See? Said it about the kid, and Ferret was concerned. It's backing up what I'm saying. At least I think it's backing up what I'm saying.
Not really. Not exactly, to be honest. Like, being concerned about people, like, there's also the difference between Fish is an internet friend. This was a person in her real life who she got to see his mannerisms, like, in person and all this other stuff. G-Fish, it's just online. So it's a little bit harder to say exactly, but still.
Ferret might be saying it and Texas might be getting lost in, like, my bloody argument, yeah. But my thing is that, like, yes, it was 4 o'clock in the morning for me. Yeah, I can get annoyed with Ferret at times when it's doing it, but Ferret telling me in private is different than Ferret telling me when there's a group around. But me talking to Ferret about it privately is different than me texting Ferret differently about it.
Like, I'm just being honest. I think you could have
Text could
just.
come across as like could come across different because like a lot of like your enthusiasm or like just like the tone is just lost. You don't know like you like you know like how you could tell someone's lying based on how they say something.
Yeah.
It kind of disappears if you text it.
Yeah, it can.
That's why
It's the
it
same.
probably just looked bad through the text.
It's the same thing when Kat tried saying that I was saying Ferret was a pedophile. All I wanted to do was just look into it and make sure that there was nothing
To
hidden.
be fair, like I didn't look into that one, but that was from Ferret and Kat talking about it, and I took Kat and Ferret's word on it. Mainly because I didn't take Kat's word on it, I took Ferret's word on it.
I
Because I thought it
have.
was Ferret the one that
I'm.
looked into it. He was just really upset about it, so I took Ferret's word on it.
I'm putting this out there on record, and you can, like, people can see the server. They can go through my messages and leak every fucking DM I've ever sent anybody. I have not called Ferret a pedophile once.
Right, well,
this
is
looked.
what Ferret and Kat told me. It was Ferret as well as Kat. So it was. I don't know who the originator was. All I know is it came from both of them, and I went with it because, well, why? Well, like because of everything that went on. Why would I say that? Like, why would I think Ferret was lying about it?
Okay, so to give some context about this, Ferret was on a server. She was on a Payday server because she really likes Payday, of course. And she told the miner about her art account, and they ended up finding her NSFW stuff, which really sucks because she named it something similar, and everybody chewed out Ferret for this. I wanted to look into this around the time Ruben got outed. Okay, and there was some other sus shit that was going on. There were some people who did some things that happened in the past that I had to start looking into. I started taking that shit very seriously. Anything involving minors. And it wasn't to play judge, jury, and executioner. It was to know what's going on. So that way I'm not in the dark. It was a way to get people to, like, saddle up. If they've got an allegation or they do something that's sus, I want to know what the fuck's going on. Because I didn't want another incident like Ruben to happen again. So, when Ferret told us this in the voice call, and she criticized the shit out of other people for some of the things that they've done, or some things that weren't so great, Ferret wouldn't saddle up. So I wasn't going to die on a hill like that. Because it could work two ways. It could work if she did do something more and it was really bad, then I could just blow her off and say, I have no hand in this. I could wash my hands of her. The other side is that if something really didn't happen and someone tried to come at her or they tried to fake shit to fuck her over, I'd have the ability to defend her and show people that that's crap and that she didn't. That was the whole idea. Because allegations like this are fucking serious, and people do the grooming allegations have gotten absolutely insane over the last few years. That's why people don't take them as seriously as they should, because people are so stupid that because they see something on the internet, they'll say that they're groomed just from looking at it. That's how fucking stupid people are getting with these allegations. And it's retarded. It's fucking dumb. And I'm talking like just looking at something like Google Images, and then all of a sudden you have a kink for something. It's like, oh, I got groomed or something because I saw this image and I was on Google Images, and now all of a sudden I'm into inflation or something. Like it's fucking dumb. It's retarded, but we're gonna get to that point. And I don't want it to get there, but we are, because people are starting to do those arguments now, and it's fucking dumb. So it could be used to protect her if it's nothing. But yeah, I thought schools existed. They exist, but they're too busy fucking with children, essentially. Possibly fucking the children too, but fucking with their heads is more like it. Well,
They say Kat sent it to you, and did Kat send you a text? What was the thing that, like, because I didn't see what Kat said.
And,
I mean, I never saw the message. I just took Kat and Ferret's word.
And Kat isn't exactly the best at being honest. I mean,
You
yeah,
still have the
it's a
screenshot?
screenshot, yes. Like, I know what I said, but I never said
No,
she
no,
was
I'm
a
saying,
pedophile.
can like ferrets still get the screenshot?
I mean, Ferret was there, When I was 12, I stumbled across the Sonami 18 plus fanfic. Guess I got groomed. I guess so. Maybe you should try suing for damages. Come out with an exposed video. Get your internet fame. I got groomed. It's retarded. It's a dumb thing that's gonna happen. I know it will. I'm fully expecting it to happen. It will. It's a dark future ahead. Dark future. All these other people were there. Like, anytime someone comes to me saying something that they did with a minor, I want to look into it. I don't care how small it is.
Can I just say as well, would you rather Torn to be like this, or would you rather go back to like a couple hours ago?
I don't know. I'm a bit split.
Keep talking like this. This is much better.
I'm a bit split.
This is honesty.
But
this is honesty, not like fucking throwing fucking insults at each other. Right.
I mean, he did swoop in to defend Cammy. And I mean, he did basically... Let me pull this up. Because I got this here. And I'll show you kind of a little bit. Where is it? I've showed this on other streams too. Found out about these pictures that were traced over minors. I confronted him about this the same way he did with Kex years ago. Same way. He deletes my message. And then he writes this big bitch fit about how awful I am. Writes a manifesto that I groom somebody into being my girlfriend or some shit. We're just friends on the internet. So fucking dumb. It's dumb. He ran around screaming that my server's full of pedophiles and groomers and shit. And I mentioned this yesterday as well, but in the way that he fucking thinks, in his fucking British mind, he's just sitting there thinking, oh, he's thinking that the situation on my server in voice calls like, just me rubbing my hands, how can I hide? How can I hide Ruben's allegations and the pedophile shit he's done? How can I do it? Oh, how can I hide it? That's not what happened. What happened was that we played games, we talked about shit that was going on, we drew pictures together, we watched movies and TV shows, and we just talked about silly shit and made each other laugh. That's it. That's all it was on my server. That's all it ever was. And he's screaming that it's a grooming fucking operation or some shit. It's so fucking dumb. It's ass backwards. And that really ages poorly too, because what happened on his server? Shit like this. I mean, soft thighs on a cute girl or a femboy is nice and relaxing. I mean, no shit. But also wouldn't last long. I like kissing in her thighs. By the way, what are you into? Not even discussing this. I'm a child. Nora's 15. This was a fucking dude that Dean invited to my server, who was having these conversations with the 15-year-old. And it came from Cammy, or Caterkill, whatever stupid fucking name is now. I don't know and I don't care. Sends this. And I don't think I have the clip. I don't know if it's said in this. I'm really forgetting when that moment was said. I don't know if it was in like an earlier on a different stream or if it's to come. But when I confronted him about this, about him inviting this dude to my server and shit, he told me I wasn't supposed to know anything about this dude. They weren't going to tell me. They weren't going to tell me this dude was doing this kind of shit. Because I guess my server's full of pedophiles and groomers. It's okay. He fits right in with you. No. Again, if that was really true, wrong one. Why is he DMing me now after screaming I'm a lying pedophile groomer and I just love them so much and all this other shit? Why is he DMing me now? Trying to have conversations with me. Why? It doesn't make sense because he knows he's full of shit. Fucking Dean, man. I don't know. I mean, it sometimes seems like that's the only way I can really get through to people.
It doesn't really go through the makers. I'll just throw you back a good one. Well, that's fair. Cool.
Better one. Again. Your band. Let me tell you something. Your bands don't bother me.
My bands.
Your bands don't bother me. They do not get under my skin. I know they get under your skin. I know they do.
The bother them, you. Either way, I mean, like, if you're saying it didn't bother you and it didn't bother me because we're firing stuff back and forth, this is a better way to bloody approach it. Anyways, what was saying? Oh yeah, fair. You actually able to send me a screenshot.
The bants do bother him. The only real bants he has is my weight, me vaping, and my diet. That's it. That's all he has. Everything else I have, like his rape allegations, him throwing his dad under the bus, him breaking his own standards, him standing in for Cammy like a fucking idiot, even though she breaks pretty much every standard he's got. That's more. And I guess the ace in the hole is like, oh, well, you had Ruben on your server. Well, you kept Cammy and you still swoop in and defend her. I never defended fucking Ruben in the shit he was doing. I didn't know. I didn't know what was true and what wasn't. For the most part, it's just guilt by association, which is a fucking horrible way of dealing with shit. So, you know. And hey, you did keep Cammy. And you knew about this and you tried kind of hiding it for a while. And then it was a little too much. So, how did that go for you again? How did that go for you?
Also, is Johnny still here or did he just linger?
No, I'm still here.
Alright, just checking, dude.
Yeah, I was going to point that out and notice, like, why is he still here?
Well, what's your take on this so far then, Johnny?
Honestly, I have no horse in this race.
He's just eating.
At least when it comes to this stuff.
I mean,
well,
look,
since stick around or you can leave if you want. I'm not bothered either way.
Look, I want to get this. Look, I wanted to get this like out of the way. Like, Johnny, can I ask you like an honest question? Like, I've heard this from like Darius, Demi, Mia, Uno, and others. Like, how often do you get together and break up with Kat? I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's been a couple of times, but so far so good.
I don't know, man. It just seems like a really shitty relationship, if I'm being honest. Okay. Still going good. I feel bad for Johnny because yeah, it didn't end well for their relationship. So a while after the reacting video and Nora found out about it, Nora drug his feet with Cammy, but when he finally opened his fucking eyes and looked at Cammy's ink bunny, he couldn't hold back. The thing is, I had to hold back for almost 3 weeks. I had to hold back for 3 weeks knowing all the shit that was going on Cammy's ink bunny and all the shit she was doing and all that stuff. I played it last stream. I'm not going to play it again. I'm sorry. You can see the video on my channel if you really want to see it. If you really want to see it. But after this happened and Cammy got outed, she basically tried to throw Johnny under the bus. She does this to him a lot. She uses him as a human shield. As a weapon and a shield. And it's fucking awful. And it's not a very good relationship. And when Johnny finally split, hopefully for good. Let's just hope he's smart enough not to go back. Because a while after this happened, Cammy tried to say that Johnny was a pedophile. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. She tried to say that Johnny was a pedophile for liking artwork of Betty Boop. I swear to God, I'm not making that up. She literally... I wish I was kidding. I already didn't believe them since I'm one of those people that believe that you can either be a man or a woman. The cat has pretty much shown a common trope a lot of NB people that they use the trans card to hide their sick kicks and use others against the people they hate. Pretty much, yeah. Basically. Pretty true. So yeah, Johnny and Cammy's relationship died. Hoot and a holler. Oh, hey, Nora. Oh my god, Nora's okay. Just like your Twitter handle, Nora's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna build a fucking wall around you. I swear to God, I'm gonna build a fucking wall around you. I'm gonna make you I'm gonna make you pay for it. In general, for the full comment. You know what? I think I'll take a little bit of time to I think I'll take a short break. We're close to the 40-minute mark, so we're getting pretty close to wrapping it up. We'll play some more MC Jarbo. Just let me write down the time thing real quick. Get my pen. My fucking caveman pen. It's just a feather. Build a wall. Yeah, build a wall. But it's good you're okay. I know there were some things that have been going on. There we go. Okay, I got the time zone down. Why a wall? Why a wall? I don't know. I don't know. Because I like walls and I want you to pay for it. With your allowance. With your allowance, bro. Okay. I'll put on some music and we'll take a short break and we'll hopefully finish the rest of this call. Because I want this fucking shit to be over. I do. I really do. Like MC Jarbo, don't we? I'm pretty sure we do. Play more. Why not? Fuck it. We love the gun. We all love the gun. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Someone called the ambulance. Chaser, where the fuck is that fucking faggot? Oh wait, Nick Ricada, are you gonna get me out of state for being a sick revenge porn Ricada and a tax evader? Nick, why don't you donate a couple $100? You're probably getting sick with paper. You're getting sticked with grapes. I'm just getting stick with papers. Damn, look at the state of a fucking bitter data. Lawsuits going on in 2 states, and all they ever say is horse rapists. Fucking Blaze, they really don't like this. Nick, how about you learn how to form a case? They're not just throwing punches, these niggas be throwing diapers, and I can't afford to fight this since they brought forward my case. Nick, I don't like that tweet you made. I don't like your evil face. Fuck your legal takes. Time to fornicate. Start cross-breeding your wife with the guy that's no more than 4'8". Yeah, they said I'm 5'1". Now after I caught that plane, they said I got that brain damage. I'm probably insane. I pulled my panties aside, squat on this bowling lane. Bitch asked me where the bathroom is. A game. This whole fucking thing's the bathroom. What was I saying? Hold my tongue. Before I say some shit I can't reword. A fucking massive cuck deserves a massive curd. That's right, you niggas heard. God damn it, I shit the bed so much niggas call me a hamper herd. Before I get indicted, you're always invited. Before I get indicted, you're always invited. Before I get indicted, you're always invited. Jesse, say hi to Faith. Alice, say hi to May. No need to hide your face. Up in the league of rape. You can call me Superman, but I don't go for Lois Lane. Pick the white trash, just lane with the slowest brain. I'm a cop to blame. The second my awful's lane. Gator and Augie same. You dumb niggas all the same. Flamenco, Mimico, I see now why your ass is single. It's simple. Your sister's in the basement screaming, let me go. I got no talent, but I guess I've got a talent for gas and hard. But I don't mean I'll crash hard. Just that you're my passenger. They love MC Jarbo. Of course, I want to hear the gun. Come on, Matt. Share that shit with everyone.
All right, man. Dad will never have to improvise, no mission or plan to try to crowdfund feeding all these kids that he's had. So where's the next one gonna be, dog? Michigan, man. Can't be that many fat chicks who like these pics in Japan. The West be the world's best non-visiting dad. The worst shit on his laptop makes even the president sad. This nigger went from Allah Akbar, while Alaikum Salam, to a straight bitch that needs like 8 fucking acres of land.
Before I get indicted, you're always invited. You know what? Fuck you, moron. You're always invited. Arrested! 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 Before I get indicted, you're always invited.
That's
Wait,
scroll though.
No, wait, is it?
Okay.
Ferret.
Yeah, bye. Alright, just checking, dude.
Oh, oh no, I was muted. Whoops. I was reading this thing. I'm sorry. Fuck. I'm a retard. I know. Okay, let me read it again. Sorry, I was muted. I'm a fucking old. I'm turning into an old man now. That's all it is. I'm turning into an old man. How do I get this VCR to work? Nora, sweetie, please. I sound like fucking Marge. Nora, please show me how to set this up. Look, Gary, here I am. Yeah. That, I don't know why the messages keep redacting. I guess you're just removing them old man bag. More like old Marge Simpson bag. It's more accurate. Okay, let me read what Eva said again. Because I was totally not muted. It was YouTube's fault. People like Tribat are also those dumb fucks that wonder why I became more negative towards certain members of the of alphabet people. I'll just say that alphabet people community. Eva, how could you say that? That's so mean. How could you say that? You're so mean. Alphabet people community. And then they said, "Oh, he did this with his transphobic shit." when in reality, it's people like Kat who pretty much become against non-binary people. I already didn't believe them since I'm one of those people that believe that you can either be a man or a woman. But Kat has pretty much shown a common trope in a lot of ebony people that they use the trans card to hide their sick kicks and use others' problems against them, against the people they hate. I agree. I mean, get Nora to work with you then. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that. I did have plans to start doing more open drop in and drop out streams on the new server. Every now and again. Something fun like that. Something where people can just jump in, just say some words, and then leave whenever they want. So, you're not really wrong. But yeah, with what you said, Eva, yeah, it definitely stretches far, especially when we talk about people like NSA and Keffels and Liz No Dong and all these other fucking people. Yeah. And it's funny with the things Keffel's been saying too. But that's a different story. I'll save that for the recap stream when we get to that part. But let's continue on the call. There's about 40 minutes left. We're closing in to the finale of this, and there you go. Yeah, I was going to point that out and notice, like, why is he still here?
Well, what's your take on this so far then, Johnny?
Honestly, I have no horse in this race.
He's just easy.
At least when it comes to this stuff.
I mean,
well,
look,
since stick around or you can leave if you want. I'm not bothered either way.
Look, I want to get this. Look, I wanted to get this like out of the way. Like, Johnny, can I ask you like an honest question? Like, I've heard this from like Darius, Demi, Mia, Uno, and others. Like, how often do you get together and break up with Kat? I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's been a couple of times, but so far so good.
I don't know, man. It just. And I mentioned this earlier before we took a break. It ended very poorly for them. Cammy tried to out Johnny for liking Betty Boop art. I swear to God. It's fucking ridiculous. When, you know. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with chat. You know, after you get your ink bunny exposed to people and people realize you're a sick fuck, and all your friends, especially the kid you tried to use as a weapon and as a shield as well, opens its eyes and realize, oh fuck, this is bad. I was dazed about telling. I've mentioned this before. I was dazed about telling Nora about Cammy's ink bunny. I sort of had to bite the bullet on that one, but because it was important. It was very important because this is the shit that. You know, this is her past. This is the shit that she's doing. So, there you go. And I like Nora. I know we've had back and forth, but I've always had some respect for him with the Ruben stuff. He opened my eyes with Ruben, and that was an absolute must. I opened his eyes with Cammy, and I guess with Dean as well. And, yeah. So, hey, it's mutual. It's a mutual thing, especially since I see a lot of like my younger self in him when I used to do these fucking videos like he used to. But he does them a lot better than me because I think he uses Premiere or something. I'm pretty sure, and I just stuck with Windows Movie Maker because that's all I fucking had. It just seems like a really shitty relationship, if I'm being honest.
To be fair, Bag, you can't go around a relationship. It's not really fair game, so you're not involved with the relationship. I'm not involved with the relationship. Ferret and G-Fish aren't involved with the relationship.
I can still...
Sorry, I'm watching memes.
I mean, I can still have an opinion no matter what. So,
the opinion doesn't really, like, cover, like, everything that we go through. We don't know what they're like outside of this.
I mean,
it might, like, what we see isn't the same as what we see. Like, you ever heard the thing behind closed doors?
Yeah, I know that term. I know
we don't know what that is. They could be the perfect couple in public. They could be the worst couple in public.
She deleted it? Wait. Ferret just said she deleted it? Why? Is she deleting our fucking DM conversations? Really?
Well,
She deleted it. It's gone.
that's
Wait,
screwed up.
No, wait, is it?
Okay, well, if it's deleted, is there any other way we can get it?
Why? Just scroll up. No.
Is there any other way you can send us the screenshot? Is there any words in particular that we use that you could search in? Was it in your chat bag where they got it from?
It was from, I guess she's talking about the, was it the one, Farrad, are you talking about the one where it was like, it was me and Kat on that day? Is that the one you're talking about? Or she like deleted the screenshot from your,
If there's any phrases you can remember that, just search up that phrase in the, what do you call it, in the search bar, you'll find it.
Yeah, I know the search
Or at
bar.
least anything that's
I was
linked
asking
to it.
my feet. I scrolled up my feet. Feed? Oh, are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about like our DM feed? That one or something else? I can't read minds.
Right. Well, my thing for this is like literally
On it.
my feed. If it's if it's a conversation between who originated? If you can't find the thing, who originated the where did it come from? Was it like Bag's moderation chat? Was it like a DM with Bag? You know, because if it's the case, if we can narrow down where it came from, if
Yeah,
it came
'cause
from the
I'm-
group,
I'm
or
a
it
bit
came from
confused
Bag, you can
myself
just
here.
literally search up the phrase.
Peck's DM.
It was Bag's DM. Bag, you'll be able to search it up for your DM with Catlin.
Okay.
Just search up the phrase. What's the phrase that you remember from it?
Let me see here. Brett. Ferret said she told. Okay, I'm gonna read this off. This is from the 25th of May. I said Ferret said she told the miner about her art and he found her porn art, and I think we should look into Ferret to make sure she isn't lying. Maybe it's a misunderstanding, but I'm not giving her a pass unless she shows us. What do you think? I think it's funny. Also, I think most of the situation handled in VC and a laughing emoji. Also, Ferret didn't send him a link to a miner. It is not illegal. I'm keeping an eye out. Well, I know she isn't a pedophile and even yelled at Nora for finding it. I think she needs to not have her NSFW FA account the same as her safe for Twitter, and I'm pretty sure Ferret can fix that later. Yeah,
Well,
she
to be fair,
carelessly...
what about that? Like, what do you call it? Like, you were getting at me for the way my group was set up because of the bloody not safe for work thing. That was
dude.
that blame does fall on Fred, but also me because I didn't know how to set the group up properly, and I didn't know anything about bots, whereas Fred said they did. So I gave them modern rights to just go ham on whatever they wanted, and then when I woke up the next morning, my group was like 100% different.
It was the pick. It was the
So,
pick of my.
The reason why the
Okay, let me explain this. Dean's server, because it was me, G-Fish, and Ferret, along with Dean, we were all moderators for that server. I know because I added emojis, like the twerk emoji. Like, whenever I had a twerk emoji of his stupid-ass Batsona, I had that, and I set it up for his server. So, his server, which he went along with, is that he had a bot that automatically gave people NSFW if you reacted to it. It was a React bot. You react with a certain emoji, and then the bot gives you that role. And he had one set for NSFW. Now here's the problem. The problem is that he's got a minor on his server who's 15. All right? That's a bit of an issue. I know Nora didn't take the role, but Nora became a moderator. And I don't know if he could actually see the chats or not. I think he said he couldn't before, but that didn't stop people from trying to... that didn't stop people from either getting the role when they didn't need it or shouldn't have had it. And it didn't stop people from... Let me pull this up. From having conversations like this with a minor. And man, I'm slowly getting frustrated. I know. It didn't stop there. So Nora's like, I don't want to have this conversation. And Nora told me before, no, he kept going. It didn't stop him. And he had a role that said he was a minor, like, on the server, openly. And this fucking guy knew this, and it didn't stop him. if you're going to have, you can have an NSFW server, but you can't have one that's open for everybody. It either has to be purely safe for work, or it has to be purely adults only, or not at all. It can't have any porn on it. It can't. Now, that doesn't stop people from trying anyway, to be fair. But having a bot that, you know, has this thing where you can automatically get NSFW, because a miner did get NSFW on his server, which was a huge fucking flaw when they weren't supposed to have it. And I had to tell them about that, because it was someone who I met on Steam who I had fun playing. I was playing Man vs. Machine at the time, and I was going to invite them to my server. I was like, no, I can't, because I found out they were only like 15. So, okay, I can't invite them to my server, because when I tried sending Nora an invite to my server, I got chewed the fuck out for that. Because my server is a kink server, apparently. Which it isn't, by the way. It's not. It's got kink stuff on it, but it's not a kink server. It's a multi-purpose server. And it's funny because even whenever, at the time I think the lowest I'd ever let somebody into the server was 14 onto a server. They wouldn't have NSFW, of course. But ever since that day, I scrubbed that. It's like, okay, server's 18 plus, and that's how it's going to be. Because it had kink emojis on it too. Like the twerk emojis, like that stuff. But Dean still had that emoji on his server and all this other shit. So it kind of comes back to him as well. Another thing, Cammy included. Sorry. I need to smoke because this is fucking annoying. And I told the miner you shouldn't. I told the miner who came to the server who got NSOW from the bot, I said to him, you can't have that. I had to tell the other people on that server, like Dean and I think Cammy or Ferret, one or the other, I forget. Tell him, he's a miner, he should not have that role. Like, hide the chat from him so we can't get it. Because he was refusing. So he had this thing where it's set up so easily you can get porn stuff. And whenever you have someone who has an NSFW role, you assume they're adults, right? Naturally. So it makes some really fucking awful situations that can unfold. So there you go. And I'm sure Kat still has the emojis I made for her on her Safe for Work and SOW servers. I'm sure she's still got mine there too. I hope she keeps them forever, because it'll remind her of the person who fucked her over in the end. She tried to destroy me. She came close. She came pretty fucking close. And it blew up in her dumb fucking face. It blew up in her face. Which is the sweetest thing ever to happen. So, yeah, that shit just comes back to you. But anyway.
Bot was like that was because that's how Ferret set it up. And then when you mention it, it was like, I didn't even know this is how the bot was set up, because when you, what do you call it?
Ferret.
When you're the owner of the server, you automatically have all the rules, even if you don't have them selected.
So this is.
But the thing is that, like, I didn't know that's what the bot was like, because I never checked it. Then again, at the same time, Ferret set the bot up, and we've now fixed that because I gave Nora the modern right to change everything. He's got a better way of doing it.
Is this the one you're talking about? Ferret?
Basically, if you want the what you call it now, I think you do have to click it, but it does tell you who's clicked it. So, like, you know.
I don't know.
So it's like, who has the rule? Oh, I could look in the reactions. Oh, the reaction says this. So, well, we just found out such and such, so they lose the rule. That's in trouble. Right, there we go. Alright, so that's the... Right.
Is this it? I don't know.
Oh, the lesbian sends more tool pics. No regret. Ha ha ha. Wait, how does that make you a pedo?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I didn't mention this earlier. He's just basically blaming Ferret. He's just blaming Ferret for it. It's Ferret's fault. It's not my fault. Of course, he still kept that system in, even after, you know, outright told him, like, hey, don't fucking do this. But he still kept it anyway. Now, to be fair, the system I have on my server is not perfect either. You have to send an ID in. Of course, censored, but it's just to make sure that you're not a minor. That's all it's for. Because my server is 18 plus, like my main server. The Safe for Work server that I've mentioned that I've been working on, it's just a small, like mostly private server. Just for like friends and associates of various ages to come in and talk. And the reason I have it set up is because Nora was upset because he couldn't really get people to play games with him. And I joined Nora's server to try to help him with that. Like, hey, maybe I can play with you sometimes. I'm on Steam. I don't know if he's on Steam or not. I should probably ask him. But I'm sure they're like multi-system game. What do you call that? Multi-platform games. But I didn't like Nora's server, and his friends didn't like me. And his friend, I gotta be honest, Nora, your friends are fucking terrible, if I'm being honest. But I made the Safe for Work server just as a place where we could actually, I could actually fulfill what I said. Essentially, that's why the Safe for Work server is in the works. It's also a part of the streaming stuff too. Like I mentioned earlier, the drop in and drop out streams that I might start doing next year. But whatever.
No, I'm saying, how did that stem from you calling Ferret a pedo?
I have no idea.
Also, glad to see you out here again.
I'm sorry. Someone's trying to get like verified. I'll have to check the back on that later. God damn it. Worst. That's a good reason. That's a good reason why this is cropped as well, so you can't see the chat thing. Just see who's in the call, who drops in and drops out. Because I completely forgot about that. So thank God that this was cropped, because I don't want to get somebody's information out there. I don't know if it'd be blocked. I don't think it would be blocked by chat though. No, it wouldn't be blocked by chat. Who was up? So that would really fucking suck. That'd really suck. But the other reason it was cropped is because I opened up my folders to post some of the art that Cammy traced over and shit that was sus. So there you go. I'm gonna do it. I was reading the damn conversations and I got sidetracked. Okay, here, let me get back to what it was. I said
it was right underneath this.
Okay, I'm reading. I'm current. Wait, is it? Is this it? It was right underneath it. Cat lied. Shocker. Well, here, let me get back
to Johnny, what do you feel about this?
Honestly, I'm just tired of all this. I just want this to end as fast as possible.
But Cat's like your partner at the end of this and all that, and like Cat's my friend.
Right.
Wouldn't ditch Cat over this, but like at the same time, I want this over with.
But you would ditch Cax for just because somebody shared some artwork of someone you didn't like. Can I bring that up? You know what? Fuck it. We'll bring this up. Why not? Because I want to bring this up. And you can pause and you can read it if you want to. I've read it on like other streams as well when I go through this call. But I'll give you the short version. Bix posted art that was from Virus 20. And Virus 20, I know he'll sometimes draw like minor characters being inflated because that's his kink. And Dean was not very happy about someone sharing some art that he did that wasn't even of that subject anyway, I should probably add. So they confronted, Dean got really mad, and so they're like, okay, where's the proof? Because not everybody knows like everyone else's fucking dirty laundry. And they're asking, okay, where's the proof that this Virus 20 is a pedophile? And Dean told them you can literally find it with a Google search. So they Google searched it and found nothing. They found absolutely nothing. So, and they kept going at it. And Dean literally says, yo, Kex, I don't feel comfortable being around pedophile defenders. Why'd you invite me here? You're bringing it up again, though he has no problem bringing up other people's past. I'm not bringing up to slam Kex. I'm slamming Dean. That's why I'm bringing this up. That's why I'm bringing this shit up. He said Google it. Dean told people to Google it. They Google search it, didn't find anything. So instead of just saying it better, in a way that isn't fucking retarded. He just calls them pedophile defenders. And then what does Dean do? What does he do? I don't have it in the screenshots, but from what I was told by multiple people, he posted underage kink art in the server, and then he got banned for it, and he got pissed. Here, sent this for Affinity DM, Officer Google. Yeah. Google it. Found nothing. Instead of doing it better, let's just post it outright. Dean is annoying. We know. You're a coward pedophile. You're a coward pedophile defending coward. You made it worse on yourself. All I did was show people what you did. Don't follow this guy. He's a pedophile defender. So, and when I got confronted with this, I said, I see this again. Kex DM me out of the blue on Twitter about this. Only saw it once when I went to them again. Poof. I admit he isn't the best, to put it lightly, which is the type of stuff bombarding people with a bunch of images obviously isn't the best way because it's just overwhelming as fuck. But I want to clear some shit up. Tribat only showed the evidence after accusing 2 people being pedo defenders and being a spurgy idiot. So, there you go. And again, what happened whenever when Cammy got outed for sus shit? I basically did the same thing. I get a manifesto. I get a novel. So there you go. Mind you, he got mad when I told him to stop calling Fish a pedo defender. Yeah. Yep. Who's DMing me now? Oh. Oh, thank you, Ferret. Thank you for the meme. Ah, Ferret's venting to me. Ferret, go away. I'm drowning. I'm drowning in a lake of urine. Go talk to somebody else. I don't like you anymore. Teen Crumpets. There you go. I know you aren't slamming Kex. It's just that he gets annoyed when you bring up stuff like that. Yeah, Kex. Yeah, I know. So, yeah. I know, but I don't think he's watching this stream. So, I do have to bring it up. So, yeah. Here, let me get back to reading.
Like, I can post this fucking video on Saturday, include me if he wants. If we'll have the fucking mutual apology thing, we'll just keep talking and all that shit. I don't fucking care if he posts it with me in it or not. But at the same time, I don't want to be like, I want to be like, go on Christmas Day and then go look on me Twitter and then see what Bag's saying about was like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's Christmas!
I'm sorry, but that's kind of funny. You're welcome, Dean. Merry Christmas. Here's a shitload of streams. Just me covering the call and how fucking dumb you are. How much you don't give a shit. Merry Christmas.
Give me some fucking time.
I don't really have honestly, once I do like a video or something, that's usually where it ends unless some crazier shit happens. That's about it.
Oh, what's the fucking joke that he's fucking posted? Oh, look what we found in the Daddy, look what we found in these stockings. Tribat. God damn it.
Oh, Mommy, take a picture of you with the mean DM or whatever. Yeah, sure. Okay, anyway, getting back to this. Yeah, she carelessly did that, and we know how much she talks about being thirsty for Clover and Sydney. She slammed the fuck out of Bix when I made him share the context for the thing he said about messaging Puppy Chan. She was all, don't give him a pass. So see...
I'm just surprised they've not said anything along that time, but they're still around.
He shared it. He cooperated. He shared with me what it was. It was just him talking to Puppy Chan about art. That's all it was.
No, I'm surprised Puppy Chan's still around. That's what I'm saying. Like, the account's still up.
And also...
They didn't deactivate the account. They left the account up, to which, to me looking at them, going...
And they posted a whole bunch of screenshots from the dude who's calling them a groomer.
The way I'm looking at it, Puppy Chan's doing that shit. The way I'm looking at it is like, Puppy Chan is going to come back because they didn't delete their account. They're just keeping this like this, so they've still got their numbers. They're still doing this for the clout because they know they'll have people that'll forgive them when they come back.
Actually, from what I've been reading on Kiwi Farms a while back, the person who was exposing her was doing it for clout. They were like blackmailing Autumn, from what I've been seeing.
Wait, so Puppy Chan was innocent in all this as well?
That's I haven't followed that story much. I never really cared for Puppy Chan or Antunes or any of that shit. So that's just what I saw at the time. So I don't know. I don't really know, and I don't really care. Seems like it. Anyway, so she's equal to a guy who sent porn to a minor because she thirsts over two legal adults. I didn't make the comparison. And just a reminder, Bix was talking about art, about like an art suggestion to Puppy Chan, and Puppy Chan was drawing NSFW. That was a context, and Bix didn't know that they were underage.
Right.
Anyway, I just want to know she's telling the truth. She is. Why is it that wrong to look into it?
I think he's gonna have to dip for a bit.
And she read at me. So
Right.
that's the whole thing. I never said she was a pedophile. You will never find a clip of me or anyone on my server hearing me say that she was. Okay?
Well, we'll just say, like, Bag, is this me and you, Square?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Is this me and you, Square?
Me and you swear?
Square.
Square? I don't know. I mean,
You don't-
you
you-
still...
Do you not have that? Do you not have that term in bloody America?
No, I just didn't understand you because you spoke a little too fast.
I actually did.
And I'm
it's
getting
just how we
tired because
pronounce
it's late for
Q's
me
in
as
my
well.
bloody area. It's how we pronounce Q's in our areas.
Yeah, I know. Look, I really encourage you to read the journals that Darius
Well,
wrote.
because you sent us a wall and I haven't fucking deleted them or anything like that.
And
Look, I'll read the journals. Are we square though? Are we squared up?
I guess so.
As I said, I'm not saying sorry first. You're not saying sorry first, but we both agreed with that. Just means we said sorry at the same time.
I guess so. I guess that works fine. Fantastic, works for me.
Okay, that works for me as well. Squared up. Fair. Me and you. What's the situation there?
She's not muted anymore. I don't know if she wants to.
Yeah,
say
but
anything
she
or
might
not.
have a problem with mic, or she might just be away.
I don't know. She's like on her phone, and her mic's been really shit lately. I don't know why.
Oh, she's in the call, but it says the thing's offline, so
Fine.
can't really tell from that.
Okay.
Right, so I'll be squared up with you. Like, like you could post your video on bloody what you call it. You can post your video with me, and I don't bloody care.
Okay.
But like, what do you call it?
Do you think he's gonna be okay with all these streams? Because, okay, we hit the last, like, 30 minutes of it, and I don't think there's much else. And I think this is a decent time to end a little bit. By the way, I was at work. Yeah, I know. Square up, son. Oi, square up, son. Come on, I'm gonna stab you. Got a knife here. I'm gonna poke you. I'm gonna make all your fucking blood juice pour out. That's how we do it in British. What about Australians? Australians have guns. Murder is almost legal there. I know everybody says my British voice sounds like Australian, but what the hell's the difference? They both almost sound the same, just one of them's a little bit more exaggerated. Australians are cool. Well, that's true. I mean, hey, you had Steve Irwin? He was cool, even though PETA fucking hated him. But look, I think that's a good place to end up with the Dean call a little bit. There's a bit of clips from the call the next day we had that I wanted to keep and show, but I think I'm gonna have to clip them for another time. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because there's a reason why I'm not gonna play that call. There's a reason why I'm not going to. It's because it's a fucking dogpiling session on Ferret. And I, in good conscience, cannot play that clip. I cannot go over it. Because that's all it is. It's Ferret is evil, we're innocent, and all this shit deflecting. And I'm not gonna play it. I won't. But there were some clips from it, but I don't have them clipped here. So I have to do that sometime. And I think it's just at the beginning, so it won't take too long to find it. But there you go. I guess that's the end of the Dean call. Pretty much. Woo, dogpile. I know. It was awful. It was an awful talk. So I guess because I've sort of said how the story ended, I'll go over a little bit of how the fuck we really got here, what happened after. So we had the dogpiling session, and whenever it was pretty much finished, I decided it was just me, it was Dean at the time, and then it was Nora. And I said to Nora, hey, let's, talk. He caused me to break down. I know. He did. He did. This basically is just a way to try to get me to completely turn on you. And I was more disappointed than I was angry about some of the stuff, to be fair. But I came to my senses and realized what the fuck's going on. It's just a repeat of what happened to me before in April. So, yeah. But I talked to Nora about some of the shit. We found Cammy's ink bunny. I tried to tell Nora, but Nora danced around it a little bit, which is really disappointing, to be fair. But eventually he came around. And Fish, I tried talking to Fish after all this happened, because it was me and him in a call. We were playing CS:GO together. Even though I put his shit out. Guys, Dean didn't raid any of your recent streams. I don't think he's aware. I wish I saved more. Well, we got enough. I don't know. Dean's not raided any of my streams. I think because he's going to play a blind eye to it, or he really doesn't know. Because I want to drop this on him and leave him to die. That's what I want to do. I wanted to show people just how fucking awful. I wanted to show him how awful Dean's been, and just how he can't even hold himself up to his own standards. He can't. And he wants to run around and play judge, jury, and executioner because the damage him and Cammy did was immense. They did a lot of damage. It wasn't just to me. They hurt Kex. They hurt D. They made D go back to Ruben for a while. And they made Kex look like a pedophile who was defending fucking Ruben and the shit he was doing. All that stuff. And of course, the damage they did with me too was immense. I'm not forgiving them for what they did. They had no real reason to do it. It was not because of Ruben. It was because of Rogue. Because I talked about a fucking YouTuber who kills dogs. They hurt me too. I don't know how they hurt you though. They hurt me the most. And then when I tried to get back together with them, I told them what mattered the most. It was just a gaslighting session for Cammy to make it all about her. And Dean, being a fucking idiot, wouldn't take it up on that. Because he wanted to be angry. And he only cared about the results. He only cared about, oh, you can say you're sorry all day, but you got to show it. Well, I just did. If I didn't do what I did, Cammy would still be on your server. But she was already on your server when I, pointed out this shit that she was doing. And you never looked into it either. Couldn't hold yourself up to your own standards. And not only that, but I also caught wind of your allegations too. Which is a big fucking deal. And you've done a lot of damage. And with Cammy being outed, you essentially... I feel bad for Nora in this stuff. I do. I mean, Nora's friends are already fucking mad at him for just being friends with me. But they're doing guilt by association. I feel bad for Nora. How is Nora... If one of Nora's friends comes in and catches wind about Dean's rape allegations, that's gonna fucking suck. They're gonna do the same shit that Cammy Dean did to me to Nora. And I don't want it. I really don't fucking want it. And it makes me worried for him. Because I do care. I can confirm. Yeah. Because even though I've had in the past, around this time, a nasty back and forth a little bit with Nora, I still respected him for bringing Ruben's shit out to me and waking me up. And I think he appreciates it with me doing it with Cammy. Because Cammy would have gotten away with it. She would have. And Nora doesn't know who to trust anymore. He's told me this before. And the thing is, it's the same here too. I don't know if I can trust anybody on my server anymore. But I'm not going to let a bad instance make me shut off everything. Because it was tempting to when all this shit was going on. But I can't let a bad experience stop me. I appreciate you for saving me. I appreciate you saving me too. I appreciate you saving a lot of us. Because he wasn't on my server because I love pedophiles. He was on my server because Kex was lying. And I went to people who seemed more trustworthy. And he was lying about a lot of shit. And I didn't know what to believe. And I got the truth delivered. It hurt. Did. You can trust me. There are only a handful of people on my server I trust. That I would consider friends. Cammy was one of them. And that didn't go so well. There's only, on one hand, I'm a regular old Robin Hood. Internet superhero. Yeah. There's only, if I had, in the palm of one hand, I can count how many people I truly trust. And I can't use all 5 fingers. So, I feel bad for how this went. And because of how everything went, I can never trust Dean ever. And looking at the messages and the way he acts and the way he treats people, I just know damn well that there is more going on. He still got mad at me for saying Bad wasn't seeing it. Yeah. They knew I wouldn't, Cammy especially knew I wouldn't defend. I never defended Ruben's allegations. I never said Ruben didn't do nothing. I would not die on a hill like that. Dean kind of did with Cammy, and he ate shit. And she basically broke a lot of his own standards, which is what I wanted to show. That was the whole point of going through the Dean call. So there you go. I just can't thank you enough back for explaining my comment from the server. You're welcome. It's a shame you called LGBTQIA plus BBQ people alphabet people. That's going to offend people, Eva. How could you do something like that? How could you do that? How could you do that? But yeah, trust has been a big thing that's kind of lost. And it really sucks too. He temper tantrums. Yeah, he does. Oh, fuck yeah, he does. It didn't have to, I just gotta ask. Barbecue people are cooking up some nice pork. So, fuck you. Stop making fun of my weight. Fuck you. Ooh! Now I don't like you anymore. I'm gonna throw you to the wolves now. Now I'm gonna make the wall 10 feet higher. You're done, kiddo. You're done. You're not gonna play on the internet anymore. Consequences will never be the same. There you go. Was it worth it, Dean? Can I ask you honestly, was it really worth it for you? From that, I choose violence. Was it worth it, Dean? I just gotta ask you. Because seeing all this shit and showing people how much I actually care, I think it was for me. I actually do give a shit about the people around me. I do. Even though I've said my friend on the one hand, and less than, without all the fingers to say who's a true friend of mine, I still give a shit about the people around me. I treat them the way I want to be treated. Because that's how you do it. And you and Cammy don't do that. So, there you go. I feel bad for Nora. I'm not going to do guilt by association, but his friends might. And that's something that bothers me. Because, I mean, if they're mad at me, if they're fucking mad at me for him being friends with me on Discord, we don't talk that often. how are they going to react when they hear about Dean's rape allegations? They're not going to be nice. They're going to chew him out. And I worry. That's something that bothers me. So, you know, I'm trying to keep an eye out for, you know, the people who I have respect for. That's kind of the whole thing. And I really hope whatever's going on with you, you can't sort out. Because it's over. It's done. You really showed your ass this year. I was nice to you. I was nice to everybody. And you tried to throw everything back in my face. And you basically ate shit. And I don't feel bad for you at all. Or your dad. Or your sister. Or your mom, who apparently wanted to disown you for the allegations. I hope it was worth it for you. I hope it was worth it for you. All this because I talked about a dog murderer at its core. Everything just turns to shit. It is what it is. In hindsight, I see it more as like trimming the fat. But if I knew that this is how it would have went down, I would have never had a breakdown. But I thought I was talking to my friends. I wasn't. I was talking to sociopaths in the end. That's who I was talking to. So I hope it was worth it for you. Anyway. So there's the stream. I'm going to get all melancholy on you here. Like what NSA and Cat did? Yeah. Even my field trip money is 3 months overdue. Yeah, give me your lunch money, nerd. Give me your lunch money. Your lunch money, your field trip money is mine. All mine. Switch off. I'll find us some music to play us out. In terms of when I'll stream again, I can't say. I think I might stream Friday in the morning. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to find a time. Because I was going to go do something else. Let me just get some music playing. I'll play something that isn't MC Jarbo. I'll play something that I started listening to again. That I was reminded earlier. Should stop working the corner and pay me already. You're the youngest Mexican pimp I've ever seen, Nora. That is one hell of a thing to take. That is one hell of a thing to take. But here, I'll play some nice, an oldie but a goodie. An oldie but a goodie. But I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you learned something. No more Dean streams. I can finally move on to something else. At least until I get the stuff clipped that I need to. But it might be a while. I don't know. You can only deal with Dean so much until it's like, yeah, fuck this. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had fun. Finally, it's over. I can start talking about other shit. I can finally talk about FTX and Elon's takeover. I'm the real El Capapo. El Chapo over here. Bad look in general. What did you post in general? Should I read it off? I'm just about to end the stream. Scene. Woo. Didn't load again. Oh, yeah. Here. I hope you're happy that I became more negative towards certain groups of people. Well, I don't think you should just let a certain group of people turn you off of everybody. Even though I'm not too fond of like the trans community, I still like Call Me Dick Girl. A lot of people like Call Me Dick Girl. But anyway, stream's done. I'm going to play an oldie but a goodie. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Everybody take care. I just realized I'm not playing. I didn't turn the thing on. Sorry. Okay, now I'll start playing it. Oops. Sorry. I'm a old man back. I'm sorry. Okay, see you next time.
DJ Khaled, Convict Music. We the best. Yeah. We taking over. Listen.
Spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on the North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami where it warm in the winter, on up to Minnesota where it storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, 10, holla at me. B&H Town, Southside, Cloverland, Daddy, I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ass Cali, Catman Cali with my eyes open valley. Blowing that spinning, going down Vinny. Drop 6, 4, 3, wheel and switch it. Red light stop, make it drop for the bitch. Out of Block 4, 5th, blow your head out with it. Anything you hear that I said, I meant it. Kane got the crown, then spit out with it. Say you need bricks, I said I get it.
If you want to, we can supply you. Got enough work to feed the whole town. They won't shoot you unless you try to. Come around and try to stop on our ground. Cause we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over.
Black flag, we rich. Yeah.
Listen.
Bounce, it's what I does. I get money every day I does that. It's how I ride. Black flag on the left, 2 hoes and ride. You better move. AK, I'm dead. Get shut up like Shine, that's on my neck. I'm big like Diddy, damn it, I'm with it. Cali, we did it. Biggie in my city. Please no fit it. Fuck it, I'm too. The bread and get brain stupid. Money that come, run it like water. Mommy so hot, damn it, she Miami on fire, you better be. Might get shot on the porch of your fortress. Yeah, they see it, but no one reports it. I run this,
Cause
Rick
we
Rouse,
taking
bottle
over.
shit.
Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over.
BXTS, nigga.
Listen.
Back when you see crack, better duck like the Mac, gotta ease past. Nigga, what shit? I don't give a fuck, I run these streets. Y'all talk that shit, I want that beef. I'ma tell you like a G told me, they'll come back quick if a nigga OD. Cash rule everything around me. I'm YSL, Versace. You can see me in that Porsche GT. Coming down Sunset, sitting on D. Feeling like Pac, all eyes on me. Fresh bandana and I'm blowing mad trees. Nigga, please, I spit crack every verse a key. Some say Cali, some say Khalid. 12 years down and I'm finally
If you
free.
want to, we can supply you. Got enough work to feed the whole town. They won't shoot you unless you try to. Come around and try to stop on our ground. Cause we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Listen.
Birdman dead, I'm number one. Nigga can't make me wrong, so we got him done. Fucking with the family, I'ma give him some. Spent that conda, he didn't run. Sunday had a whole church singing a song. Why they had to send my baby home? Fucking with some niggas that paper long. Been a G in the game, now my son on the throne.
I am the beast. Feed me rappers or feed me beats. I'm untamed, I need a leash. I'm insane, I need a shrink. I love brain, I need a leech. Why complain on easy streets? I don't even talk, I let the visa speak. And I like my Sprite Easter pink. And my wrist was your paw, but the mule is cooler. I have more juice than your jeweler. Touching, I will bust your medulla. That's a bullet hole, it is not a tumor. Red light, stop your rumors. I stay on track like a box of Pumas. I just rock with Junior. I am the little big
Cause we
kahuna.
taking
You dig?
over. One city at a time.